Good evening, everybody. How are you? We're having a little raft of technical issues. Welcome to the show, though. I'm glad you're all here. It's me, it's Bill, the Dungeon Delver, and hope you guys are having a good evening. Who else is, let's see who all's out there. We've got Stephen Kennedy, Great Old Ones, John Stuart Keller, Pseudo TPK, and there's more of you out there. Dave Mills, good to see you. I know there's more of you guys out there. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's Monday, and we have got we've got a show. Sorry, I just you know how it is when something doesn't go right. It kind of throws me for a loop. Makes it a little difficult for me to be on top of things. Advanced Fantasy Games, hello. We've got a week ahead of us, guys. It's Monday, and we talk about we talk about the things that we do during the week on Mondays. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and hopefully you'll stay subscribed to the program. I don't mean that in the sense that you'll unsubscribe, but in that YouTube will unsubscribe you because they do that. Their AI admitted it to me when I went asking for help. Sometimes people just get unsubscribed from channels. We don't know why. So please check to make sure that you're subscribed and that you are white belled, that the notification bell is filled in. Rob Turner, good to see you. Ptolemachus, Orbital Air. So yeah, that happens. So do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon. This week, of course, tomorrow night we're going to be playing some first edition AD&D. That's going to be fun. And then what else is going on? Wednesday, I don't know if Kyle's going to be here or not Wednesday. It just seems to be a week-to-week thing. I think it's probably safest to assume not, and we'll just, try and have fun anyway. And if he's available, we'll play his homebrew TTRPG that's actually pretty good called Yes But. And then Thursday, I don't really have a guest for Thursday, so Thursday we can talk a lot about the guac, assuming it's still going to happen. And then Friday, we'll see what's happening in Blade Runner Friday. I honestly thought that this past Friday was going to be the ultimate session of Blade Runner, but that did not happen. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The party is continuing on the hunt. I hadn't heard that Bruce Campbell was sick or that he had been injured. Godspeed to him. I hope everything is okay with Bruce Campbell. I do want to make one announcement about something you guys have been curious about. The wood grain repro box sets. I'm going to try something real quick here. No, it's not working. Anyway, the wood grain reproduction box sets are they're still happening. They're still going to happen. And I will be selling those to our members, our YouTube members, and to our patrons who are at the Master Thief level for $75. It's $75 for a set. If you're like, look, I just don't want to support you, RPG Gen Exile, good to see you. If you say I don't want to support you like that, I'll still sell you a set. It's just it'll be $100. So that's the price. That's what the price is going to be. I am waiting to find out what my source of boxes is going to be. The box supplier has a minimum order of 500, and they're $4 and change a box. And you guys know the budget that I operate on here. So I need to see if I can peel some off of an order that Matthew Tapp has got coming up or not. We'll have to see. Recon, good to see you. But there you go. If you're a channel member, $75. If you are not a channel member, $100 for the OD&D reproduction box sets. I hope that's something you'll want to get in on. I may only do it the one time. Like when I get the boxes, I'll make some, and then when those are sold out, that'll be it forever. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But they'll definitely be for sale, and I will definitely is it working now? There we go. Just had to unplug it and plug it back in. So they will be available for a limited time. It's not something I'm going to keep doing for years and years and years. I don't want to flood the market, and B, one case of the boxes when I did the ones that I did the holiday giveaway, one case of those boxes is huge. Because you can't just shut it's got to come safely packed, otherwise the boxes will get beat to death by UPS. And that's just the box Matthew sent me, and a box of 15. The box was like this wide by this high by this deep. That was 15. Now divide 500 by 15. That's 35 boxes that big. That's basically half the volume of this room. So anyway, but it's there it's going to happen. I just have to get the money for the boxes. I just have to figure out how I'm going to get the boxes. Some are already spoken for at a local retail place. Gods and Monsters will be selling some. Some are spoken for by Paul Stormberg as part of promotionals that he'll be doing. So if you're going to want to get into it, then this is going to be your chance, your one and only chance. There was something else I was going to do, but I think I'm going to wait until I can get Matthew Tapp on the show. I found something so profoundly cool out on the internet, and it was in the most obvious place, guys. It was in the most man, do I want to tap dance around this? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I guess I'll go ahead and pop the cap on this. I've done a deep dive before, and I've done a YouTube short. Hey, Mojo, good to see you. On a little funny book that Steve Jackson Games put out back in like 1981 or 1982, and it was called Murphy's Rules. And in the Space Gamer / the Fantasy Gamer, they were two separate magazines, and then they merged them. We'll just call it the Space Gamer. But in the Space Gamer, they had a column called Murphy's Rules where they would make fun of war games rules that didn't make sense. Some of them that didn't get properly thought out, like, oh yeah, that makes sense on paper, let's go for it. But then when you extrapolate it out, you're like, hang on a second. If the population of every kingdom is going to be up by this percentage every turn, and a turn is 18 months, every woman must be pregnant with dodecatuplets constantly. you know? So there's just a lot of stuff like that. They spoofed Percent Liar in original D&D. One of the not halflings, they didn't mention halflings in chainmail. They mentioned orcs in Swords and Spells. You can get an infinite number of orcs in Swords and Spells because they cost negative points. There's a -1 next to their point value. But anyway, that was just one of the things that they spoofed. One of the things that they spoofed, however, that has fascinated me since 1989, when I first saw slash acquired a copy of Murphy's Rules from my friend Jeff, was an RPG called Realm of Yolmi. And it is an utterly bonkers post-apocalypse role-playing game in the vein of Gamma World. And Realm of Yolmi has stuff in it like the Fam. That is one of the robots that you can encounter, a Fam. And it just looks like a hand and an arm, and its sole purpose is to chase down everything that doesn't look like it and choke it to death. There's the Apenu, a toothless white-furred ape whose sole purpose in life is to get its ankle behind its neck. And it will insist on anyone it encounters doing it too, to the point of it will try and put their ankle behind their neck, thus breaking their neck or their back and their leg in the process. There's the Parsep, which is a bird that thinks the world is too ugly, or the world isn't ugly enough. So it flies around and sprays spores on people, which give them warts. Or maybe that wasn't the Parsep, but there is a creature that looks like a pilot who's ejected and is hanging by a parachute in a tree calling for help. When you get close to it, it turns into a mutated frog armed with a Saturday Night Special. And by the way, a Saturday Night Special is a specific weapon listed in the book. And I ain't even I haven't even touched on all of the wackiness in it. Like, politicians are monsters you can encounter. I'm not making that up. So Realm of Yolmi was on my wish list for the longest time. Nobody had a copy. Nobody, like, it never popped up on eBay. It never popped up on drive-through. I could, like, I looked in dark corners of the web for it. I could never find it. And I was talking to Matthew Tapp the other day, and I was telling him about Realm of Yolmi. Now, I hadn't looked for Realm of Yolmi in a long time. I had just assumed it was unobtainium. And he fired up the Google machine while we were sitting there and found it. An OCR'd PDF of Realm of Yolmi is sitting on Drive-Thru RPG. So I now finally, after 37 years, I own a copy of Realm of Yolmi. Our next step is to do a limited print run of it. Matthew and mine, he's got the book was comb bound, by the way. The book was not like perfect bound or anything. It was comb bound. It was like the cheapest possible binding. And somebody lovingly disassembled their copy, scanned it, and uploaded it to the Internet Archive. So we're going to try and get a bound print copy. and then try and find the authors or someone who might know the authors. So that is kind of the big announcement. And I'm gonna have Matthew on the show, and we're gonna share Realm of Yomi with you guys. I have seen one IRL. They had one at GaryCon in 2023 at Noble Knight's booth. It was prohibitively expensive. I think it was north of $300. Feast of Legends, I wouldn't mind doing a one shot of Feast of Legends. I wouldn't. GPA Realm of Yomi, the scan that's on drive-through is in great shape. So yeah, I mean, go, yeah, it's right there on the Internet Archive. I will, yeah, Alma Mater has some really, I'm sorry, yeah, Internet Archive, not drive-through. That's it. Realm of Yomi. Why don't I just find it? Yeah, I've heard that too. I think to run Feast of Legends properly, you need to you need to homebrew your own adventure for it. Let's see. Let's go. Well, he said he found it there. It may just not have gotten indexed well yet on the Googles. Yeah, there it is. So here you guys go. Archive.org details the Realm of Yomi. And if you download the PDF, it's about 50 megs. So if that's an issue, just be aware. But I don't think anyone these days is strapped for 50 megs of storage. Although at the rate things are going, maybe that's going to become an issue again. It's not the white whale anymore, Kyle Johnson. It's right there. I don't know about tonight. I want to get a little bit more conversant with the rules. But one thing I will say is the stats are 3 to 24. It uses 3d8, not 3d6. All right. So now that we've talked about Realm of Yomi, I want to talk to you guys about and it is type setting. It's Pica, baby. That's That's 10-point pica typeface right there. Let's talk about what I've been doing with Crom. And I know you guys are probably heartily sick and tired, particularly if you don't want it and you don't use it. But I know a bunch of you do, so I want to share it with you. This is the latest build. There's a little bit more I have to do. Basically, the reason why you haven't got 1.6A2, or I'm sorry, 1.6A6 rather, is I sat down and I started pulling a thread, and in doing so, I knitted something absolutely amazing. And so I want to I want to share that with you guys now. Now, this will not be up for download in the next day or so. This will be up for download probably by Crom for Yolmi 2020. Yes. Yolm Tech. What I have added in here is so phenomenal that it beggars belief, guys. So I'm going to present this now. And there's more yet to add. But if you want to buy a copy tonight after seeing this, shoot me an email, bsylvia@gmail.com. It's still only $25. And if you already own Crom, you will get this update for free. This costs you nothing. So let's go ahead and see. So here we are. For the first time in a long time, you're going to note the start menu has a lot more options. So we've still got create a new character. Now we've got guided auto create for single and multi-class, random auto create for single class, multi-class random auto create, and then load and save a character. But you'll notice down here is B. I just haven't put the text up there yet, but you guys are going to love that one. So let's go ahead. Now, you guys know how I've said time me and it takes 3 minutes to create a character? Time me now. Start timing me now. Let's do guided auto create, and I'm not going to talk through this. I'll explain what it is when we get there. We just made a character. We just made it a complete character for Crom. That fast. "20 seconds from the first hit of enter." And it's done. Now, you want to know if that character, it's like, oh, okay, you made a short character. So what? Check this out. You can bring these quick characters right into the into the worksheet view, and you can start working on them. It automatically gives them equipment: chainmail, large shield, longsword, dagger, backpack, rope, torch, 1 week standard rations, and water skin. Exactly, Kyle. It just iterates until it hits a paladin. Actually, that's not entirely true. I basically said, do a paladin. If the stats you get don't equal this, give the minima. So we exit. Now let's quit out. But you can go in here, you can edit things, you can change things right in here, just like any other character. You can alter things. Let's do guided auto create for multi-class. Time me. There you go, Graph Paper Architect. I just created a multi-class female fighter, thief, dwarf. Let's load Jane. There you go. Book legal. Look at those stats. Not a great dexterity, but so what? "15 seconds. 15 seconds. It auto picks your weapons proficiencies. We do W. You have already used all available weapons proficiency slot. None to update. How cool is that? Let's dip out. Random auto create, single class. Just like that. We have a 19th level elf thief. Watch your wallets, guys. 120% pickpockets. Let's do a multi-class random auto create. Dwarf fighter thief. There you go, Graph Paper Architect. But you can literally sit here creating characters as fast as you can type. Exactly. The reason that I did this, and I'm going to get to what B does in just a minute. The reason that I did this was the Dungeon Master's Assistant Volume 1 encounters is awful for generating up. You encounter this NPC. It's cryptic and bad. That guy didn't want to play D&D, Wave. By the way, Wave, do you want to play with us on Tuesday nights on stream? Let me know. But if you're in a dungeon and you encounter a party, oh no, it's a party. What class is it? Well, it's going to be a cleric. So let's do, it's a party led by a cleric. G, guided. Quinn, female, uses psionics. Yes, she does. Single classed, cleric, level 5, modes, sonic blast, mind thrust, Insinuation, Tower of Iron Will, Mental Barrier. Yes. Boom. That was a complex one. That was a complex one. That took a while. But now we've created her, and we can create some fighters. 15 seconds. I can create a party of 6 in 1 minute. Just say, hang on a second, guys. Psh, psh, psh. Just literally give me 60 seconds. You're at a con. Somebody wants to play. No hand wavium here. Just say, yes, the party needs, or what do you want to play? Two conjurers. What level is the conjurer? I forget. No, there's not GPA. I mean, if you do load, it shows you the available characters. What I would recommend, if that's going to be an issue, is you name them like GPA dash fighter thief, you know, Jane dash paladin, Jim dash thief, John dash magic user, whatever. That's what I would do. Now, this was the coolest thing, and I'm going to tell you guys kind of how I did this. When Kyle Johnson lets me know what level conjurers are, I can knock them out. Oh, and by the way, the guided and the random does automatically populate spell books. You do get a spell book. What does this button do? What does this button do? B. Random auto creates bard. I'll be right back with you there, Kyle. Random auto creates a bard. What's their name? Oh, Robert. Print this sheet. Nope. That's right. This sucker generates bards. Hey, Kabuki. How are you, dear? But look at that. How many times have you been in an AD&D game and wanted to at least try out a bard, but you're like, oh man, the effort. This does it for you. The only thing you've got to do is load it in. Like if you want like a 5th level bard, is load it in and just level it up manually. Just, oh, okay, I need a 5th level bard. 1, yes. 2, yes. 3, yes. 4, yes. 5, yes. Now we've got our level 5 bard with 73, or level 6 bard with 73 hit points and all that jazz. So there you go. Now, who is it? Kyle Johnson was asking about conjurers. Let's see. You said conjurers and said a couple, so that's 2. So let's guide auto create. Let's see. Kyle, male, use Sonics. You didn't say 7, single, magic user, level 3. Yes, and no, and let's see, guided, Johnson, male, no, 7, single, 6, 3, yes. There's your 2 conjurers. That's it. You want to see them? You want to see what they look like? Well, that first one's pretty robust for a 3rd level magic user. 9 hit points. Let's look at the spell book. Let's go to Tome of Spells. 28 seconds for 2 of them. That's 14 seconds apiece. And spells known: affect normal fires, feather fall, friends, mending, read magic, tensors, floating disc. We'll cancel out. Half elves can be bard kabuki. Half elves can. And let's see. And forget is the is that one. And Johnson, Tome of Spells, add 1. Here we have Charm Person, Magic Missile, Message, Read Magic, Tensors, Floating Disc, and Ventriloquism. Pop out, add 2, and Mirror Image. And there you go, guys. Oh, loadout. We should see what kind of equipment we got. Dagger, club, backpack, rope, torch, rations, water skin. That's it, guys. So there's 2 things. Well, there's 3 things that are left to do. And then I will consider Crom finished, complete. I will not work on it again. 1, I want to auto-generate dual class characters, which should be really actually easier than it was to do bards. I literally will just cut off the bard, the bard part of the code, and make it only for humans. Yes, standard rations. So that's that's what is left to do there. There's a little tweak that I want to make to how inventory is handled, because you guys know I have the function built in where you can drop stuff and add it back. I don't like how I did it, and here's the problem. If I have 30 items and you drop item 14, what happens is the list of 30, it closes up. Item 14 drops down to the list underneath, but it now becomes item 30. The problem is, if you come back and you want to add item 14 back to your carried inventory, you'll look at what's not carried, item 30, and you'll say, oh, okay, 30. It won't work. It won't crash. It'll just complain. You have to remember that the item you dropped that's now sitting in slot 30 was originally slot 14. You can see where that's going to get all the kind of confusing, even if you've got a ton of magic items, or if you've got a ton of items, it's going to be like, crap, where was it? And then you'll have to sit there and cycle through over and over again, dropping and picking stuff up. That I was okay with it at first because I was only testing like 2 or 3 items. But no, if you got like the full salad bar, like you got an 18 by double nuts fighter, and you're like, plate mail, heavy lance, large shield, helm, backpack, 20 iron spikes, heavy crossbow, a case of a score of quarrels, blah, 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 blah. You've got all that stuff. And it will just zap your ability to keep track of it all. So I've got to go through and sort it out. Musical instrument. That's a role play thing. There are magic musical instruments, drums of panic, various types of lutes. The lyre of building is a pretty awesome one. You can play it and it will make structures grow. A horn of blasting, so on and etc. But there are certain magical instruments that function better in the hands of bards. But as far as what you play on a regular basis, it doesn't matter. Like you can say, my character has a sitar, my character's got a like an actual DOS lute, my character's got a guitar, a banjo, a mouth harp. I don't care. It is literally just a flavor thing, which instrument they play. They had a few paladins that broken their oaths, became fighters, and leveled up. That's fine. Let me show you what Crom already does, Kyle. Let's see. Let's quit out. Let's do guided. Kendrick, male, no, human, single, fighter. Whoops. Dang it. Let's try that again. Guided. Kendrick, male, no, human, single, paladin, level 4 or level 3. I do know how this works. Kendrick, male, no, human, single, paladin, level 3. Yes. Don't print. Enter. Load. Kendrick. Now, look here. New alignment. If I change alignment, if I do this, do I want to change alignment? Yes. Neutral, good. Kendrick is now a fighter. Kendrick is now a fighter. He now becomes a fighter. Do bards choose instruments and use weapon proficiency slot for each? No, they don't. That's not a thing in AD&D. So there's your answer on what paladins do. Oh, and can we level him? Absolutely. And there he is becoming a fighter. He's just a neutral good fighter. His horse has left him. His church won't let him into the picnic on Sunday. Does Crom double as a date? I mean, you could create a female character or a male character if you wanted. and make them your waifu or your husbando. The last thing that I am looking into, and it may be exceptionally hard or it may be exceptionally easy. It's going to be ask Grok and Chat GPT how difficult this is to do and how to implement it. Cause I hope that doesn't disappoint anybody, but guys, I don't know PostScript language. I know Kabuki, but for this, I'll have to ask. Because I want it to be done right. I know from digging around on Stack Exchange, you can make a Python program print into fields of a form fillable PDF. Here's what that means. Get a form fillable or get a good clean scan. Mad Irishman has one. If you go to madirishman.net, get a good clean scan of the goldenrod character sheets from days of yore and make all those fields form fillable. It should be possible to create a printer wrapper. And I want to talk about what I mean by wrapper in just a second, but it should be possible to make a printer wrapper that fits around the printing submenu that auto prints to the PDF or fills out the PDF and then saves that PDF. It should be doable. So potentially, exactly. Always comes back to music. Potentially, this could be such that you go through all this, whether you do a quickly created character, whether you do just a full bug, you go through and you hand create everything. It could be, oh, I just noticed a little bug. Age of showing is unknown. I need to fix that. Is that for all? You know what? Let me do a guided auto create. Guided. Dang it, Bobby. Dwarf single class fighter 1. Yes. Load. Okay, yeah, age isn't populating right. So I just got to fix that. But anyway, so it will put it on the whiteboard to be fixed. And I'll tell you, I know why that's happening, by the way. I know why that's happening. And now I want to talk a little bit about wrappers and programming. The one thing that I did not want to do at all with this was touch the existing 1.7b code, which is where I was when I started working on this on whenever it was, Friday, technically early Saturday morning. I didn't want to touch the 1.7b code because I didn't want to run the risk of breaking something internally and then spending hours and hours and hours trying to find out why, like, okay, that breaks 25 things. Let me refactor the first one. Now 26 things are broken, even though I fixed that one. Let me fix the next one. That fixed that one, but now 28 things are broken, and on and on. And you guys have no idea. Let me tell you something. I have a folder on my main PC hard drive that 95% of what's in there are versions of Chrome that are broken, that just will not work. They will crash when they try and start. And when that happens, I save them. I don't delete them and start over. So yeah, going through my idea when I made the wrapper, these quick generation tools, all they do is hook into and talk to the normal routines that you use when you use Chrome. They're basically, these routines are just acting like they're typing in and getting output. And what they suck in to their character sheet is everything that they ask for from the internals of the program. So in the case of age, I simply forgot to put a hook in the code where it says also run the routine for age. So the JSON didn't malform. It just said, I don't know. He didn't put an age, but that's not critical to our function. So we're going to go ahead and save it. But that's all the wrapper does, is it sits outside of all of the main routines. I never went in and altered my good working code. I never went in and altered my good working code. All this is stuff that if I had hit the wall and been like, I can't make this work, I wouldn't even have to take it out. All I would have to do is just not have the routines accessible. Just pull them out of the menu. And unless you went through and downloaded a decompiler and looked at my source code, you wouldn't have known they were there if I had just hit the wall. Take care, great old ones. So that's basically what this is. When you do CRM or B, I'm sorry, GRM or B, when you do GRM or B, you're wrapping the program in routines that basically, I've been calling them a harness. They run a harness over the code, just like you're sitting there typing. The funny thing about psionics, and this hasn't happened yet when we tested psionics, if you say yes for psionics, the program will desperately try to give you psionics. And today it did that, and it like filled up the script. It like 8 attempts before it got the die roll that it needed. And then I massaged it a little bit because it was doing that. It had wrapped the character generation in the wrapper and was hammering on the psionics creation routine until it got a positive answer back. So that's what this does, guys. Chrome is $25. If you don't care about random multi-class characters or random dual class characters, if you're like, nope, you got random multi-class, you got guided multi-class, you got random single class, you got guided single class, you got random bards, I'm good. I want to buy it right now. I don't want anything else. I don't want your goldenrod character sheets. I don't want random dual class characters. Give it to me now. Then drop me an email at bsylvie@gmail.com. It's $25, and I will send you a copy, and I will send you an updated copy when it gets updated. Green character sheets. Put green paper in your printer. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, Kyle. Translate your keystrokes. There's a keyboard that Dell makes. I was blown away by this, but there's a keyboard that Dell makes exclusively for the post office that has some weird characters on it. And it's for people who send in handwritten envelopes and stuff, and they're trying to figure out addresses. It's wild. It's wild. The only character sheets you need are note cards. Well, then I guess this might be up your alley, Kyle, because you don't even need note cards. You can just stick a piece of paper in the printer and it'll spit it out. Now, one thing that you might be curious about, oh, Bill, are you gonna change, are you gonna change how, like, the layout of the character sheets? Because let's look at one of the character sheets. Oh, that's the JSON file. Let me see. Are you going to change the character sheet, Bill? Are you going to clean it up? Are you going to make it look nicer? No. There is no good AD&D character sheet. They all suck. The layout you did in your spiral notebook is bad. The ones by the Armory are bad. The ones by TSR, all of the generations of them are bad. There is no good layout for an AD&D. For any role-playing game character sheet, they're all terrible because they cram in a bunch of clashing stuff, number values that specifically mean number things, and then texture world details that mean details in the game. They're all bad. This is the least bad. This is the least bad. Oh, there's the weapons proficiencies, by the way. I told you guys it auto-generated. Yeah. There's our equipment. No ASCII art? No. No ASCII art. No ANSI art. Just what you see there. So there's no, yeah. Right now, if it becomes like skull-thumpingly difficult, the goldenrod character sheet thing, I'm going to tell you this. Once I get the aging bug fixed and random dual class humans, and I tweak the way inventory management is presented, once I get those three things done, I'm considering Crom finished. I will develop it no further. I will play with the idea unless it is just comically simple to do. Like, oh crap, I can do this in 10 minutes. I can write a harness for this in 10 minutes. The goldenrod character sheet thing, just let me show you guys something. Let me just show this to you guys real quick here. I'm gonna have to go here. Yeah, that's the next project, Rob. That's the next project. That I think will probably be more than $25. There's a lot of work. I've started outlining it. It's not going to be easy, but I am writing it in BASIC, not Python. It will transpile to C. Stop cringing, you guys. Is it better that I understand what I'm coding, or that you feel comfortable at night knowing that you're using something that was like bit sliced into x86 assembler by me, like I used an MLX editor to do it? No, it's more important that I know what I'm doing and I know how to do it. And when it keeps bombing out, I go, syntax error in line 2356. Oh, I spelled print, print, you know. Why not Rust? Because you don't want me to come to your house and beat you with my keyboard. That's a Rust developer joke, guys. I'm not actually going to go after sudo tpk. Let's see. So, all right, let's go to madirishman.net. Let's go look at his AD&D character sheets. Now, let me show you guys something. Just open this up. And yeah, I mean, once you've got the character saved in text, you can just go in and edit it to your heart's content. This is a Goldenrod AD&D character sheet. You might be going, oh, that. Strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma. Little tiny boxes, little tiny box down there, weaponless combat. We have morale modifier, tithings, holy symbol, special abilities, magic components, spells known, weapons, weapon in hand. All these modifiers, all these fields. Name, player name, character name. And then back here, inventory, item, location, weight, many pages. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 45 items. That's actually pretty good for an inventory. Wealth, there's your coins. We got some random stuff back here, compatriots, all that jazz. I basically got to go through, figure out what cron populates, make it populatable in here, and hope that I understand PostScript well enough to make the fonts small enough and land them exactly precisely in the middles of these fields so they don't clip even a little bit underneath it. Because is that an L or an I? I don't think 5e has a better graphic design at all. Although I will say that as an old person who needs glasses now, the typeface of 1e is a pain to read. I got to have readers if I want to enjoy my OD&D or AD&D or basic books. It's like an 8 or 9 point font in the AD&D books, and I think it's maybe 10 in the basic D&D, and it's like an 8 in the OD&D. So you see, even looking at that, I don't want to do it. Even looking at that, I don't want to do it, guys. It's pretty. It's neat. But go there to that website, mad-irishman.net. Download one of these, print it out, and you know what? Even if you're a youngster, even if you're one of those rare folks out there who's not, 40, 50, 55, 60 years old, print one of those sheets out and try and fill it in legibly. You can probably get the main stats and armor class and hit points. These are pretty rough. I'll play with it, but I don't know that I'll ever like make it a priority. I asked over on Twitter, and people were like, heck yeah, I'd buy it. No offense to anyone over on Twitter, but no, you won't. If you aren't already planning to buy Crom, that's not going to be a make or break for you. You're not sitting there going, I'm not going to buy it unless it's got goldenrod character sheet printout. Yes, a mechanical, definitely. What is that? Was that 0.05 or 0.5 millimeter lead or something like that? But anyway, so that's yeah, 0.5. So that's what I'm up against. But what I'm not, I'm not going to let this kneecap the truly important part that is getting Crom to you guys, getting a word. This is goldenrod character sheets are ancillary. Kabuki, exactly. The truth sayer. Transcribe it to what you want if you like something particular. You want to go to his website, download that PDF, get yourself some canary yellow paper to put through your printer. That's fine. The functionality of the program trumps its looks. If I was interested in looks, I would still be fretting over UI design. Like I would still be worrying about like GUI and, should I use GKT? Should I be writing widgets and yada, yada, yada. So I'm focused on getting the program output. I mean, as far as getting the character sheets, the Crom character sheets in PDF right now, you just whack through it, open the folder Crom's in, right click, print, change your printer to Microsoft Print to PDF. There's your PDF. And you're done. And guys, it is literally push button create character. 10 seconds for an entire character. I'm going to fix that age thing tonight, probably after my AD&D game. I'm going to fix that inventory control nuance. I would prefer something a little bit better than what it has. And then I'm going to include in the wrapper the ability to create guided and totally random fast dual class. How long do I take to make a character without Crom? I can do it, including equipment purchases, in about 30 minutes. If I've got a calculator to help me keep track of encumbrance and divide money. Maybe I can cut down time because I've got multiple copies of the player's handbook and I can have certain pages open and just like instead of flipping back and forth. And it does depend on what class. Yeah, martial types are. If I have to create a spellcaster and it's a high level spellcaster where it's like, okay, I guess we pick out some spells. Whew. And that is like that's like the biggest thing. If somebody comes to the game and they're like, I want to be a magic user. Cool. Okay, you're 7th level magic user. Even if they played D&D before. All right, let me pick out my spells. You done yet? No, I'm still looking at spells. Okay, I don't want to overlap. Does anybody here have friends? Does anyone here have the spell friends? Anybody? No. Okay, I'm going to take that one. I do. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. All right. Let me erase that and pick another one. Or they'll be like, oh, I want thorny barbs. I'm going to write down thorny barbs. That's or silver barbs. There we go. Silvery barbs isn't a 1E thing. Oh, dang. I'm sorry. Okay, let me find another 2nd level spell. And on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's not the people and it's not the rules. It just is what it is. The only like incredibly simple character creation system I've seen is in the Labyrinth role-playing game that Labyrinth Lady runs at I'm sorry, Wheeling Dragon. That Wheeling Dragon runs at Guac. So there's, there's the 2 hours of our 5e game picking bard spells. I love my players, but yeah, no, I get it. But with this, even a spellcaster, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Bill, I want an 8th level magic user. There you go. Ooh, the party has encountered a 10th level fighter. Here are his stats. It's literally that fast. This does what no other program has ever done for first edition AD&D. And I mean, bards, guys, bards. As many as you want. You don't have to fart around with your copy of Rogues Gallery anymore. Just get yourself a copy of Crom. It's infinite. Infinite fighters, infinite thieves, infinite magic users, infinite clerics, paladins, rangers, assassins, monks, bards, illusionists. See, Rob, there you go. Now, when you get this update, if it happens again, you're going to have your next character up in 10 seconds. Game Master, can I bring in a 4th level paladin? Yes. Can he have psionics? Yes. Zip, 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 zap. What about a monk? Can I bring in a 9th level monk? Sure. Bada bing, bada boom. Done. There is no other application out there like Crom. let me ask something. If you're sitting out there, because there's a lot of people that have talked here on YouTube, but a lot of you guys that haven't. If you're on X and you're hearing me talk about Crom and you haven't seen this, like you've come in late, let me know. Let me know right now, and I'll bring it back up. Heck, if any of you guys who have been talking, if you want to see it work again, can I bring a third level witch? No, because witches aren't in there because they're not first edition AD&D players handbook compliant. That's something else, and I want to mention this. JP got rocket. Scott has got my number. He knows what I'm gonna do. Run it again, Kabuki. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's easy. Guys, it's just so easy. You know, people have asked me, they're like, oh, they asked me early on, like last year when I was talking about Crom over on X a lot. Like, oh, can I have custom classes? Can you let me make custom classes and custom spells? I had to draw the line somewhere, guys. Imagine me trying to do this and include, like, you know, Jack Johnson's custom Kangaroo Man class. You know, it's just like I can't do it. Got to stick to the book. Here we go. Let's do another bard. Oops. Let's get in the window. What's her name? Rowan. Half elf bard. 1. Save now. Yes. File name. Print this sheet. No. Enter. Load Rowan. Half-elf female bard, 79 hit points, strength 16, intelligence 12, wisdom 15, dexterity 15, constitution is 16, charisma 16. AD&D bards are pretty awesome. Kabuki. But that's it. Do you see how fast that went? Do you want to see it again? Bard. Bard. Save now? Yes. Do no. There you go. How come half elves can be bards? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Gary wanted to give the half elf some breathing room. I'm okay with it though. Let's do a guided auto create. Merlin. Let's make Merlin a guy. Use psionics, no. Merlin's going to be a half elf. We're going to do a multi-class. We're going to do a cleric ranger. I love the idea of a cleric ranger. Let's do level 5. Save to text. Yes. There's Merlin. Cleric ranger 5/5 hit points 21. Got those cleric slots. Got those cleric turn undead powers. Oh, what are we packing for equipment? Chainmail, shield, mace, dagger, backpack, rope, torch, rations, and water skin. You want to buy equipment? We can come in. We can give some money. Let's see. Let's do platinum. Add 100 platinum. We have the spending power of 500 gold pieces. We can buy some more stuff. It's front to back, yes. You can quit out though. Actually, you know what? Let's save old Merlin. Now let's quit out. There are different methods to roll the characters. Does this do them all, or did you pick one? I picked one. I picked method 3 because I think method 3. Here, let's create character. Method 3, roll 3d6 6 times for each stat. Keep the highest for each. I used to be a firm believer in roll 4d6, drop lowest, arrange to taste. But honestly, 3d6 6 times for each stat produces awesome stats. Because if you see here, he says as he face plants, let's, I don't think this is gonna 7. Yes, human, female. Yeah, the best we can do here is druid or assassin to be outside the lines of the others. But generally speaking, it does produce a good set of adventuresome stats. But let's do druid. Don't have enough druids. Enter level for druid 5. Melee. Oh, definitely a scimitar. And ranged sling. Let's be done now. Yes. Check for sonics. No. Neutral. Let's see. Marilyn. You saw how long that took. And I still haven't bought equipment. Still haven't bought equipment. Still haven't decided what to assign or drop. But create. So method 4, 3d6 for 12 sets. Choose the best sets. And we see how we did here. I mean, there's no paladins there, nor rangers. And we've got one with a 6 intelligence. Oh, poor set 12. That is entirely unplayable. If Kyle were here, he'd be up my nose about that. I mean, 6 is an okay fighter. Yeah. Male. Let's do a fighter. 7th level. Let's max them out. Lawful good. Thorf. Thorf with a 57 hit points. Set 12 perfectly fine. Yeah, no kidding. But anyway, the code calls method 3 just because method 3 is the fattest as far as characteristics. Let me check something here real quick. Robert Turner, I just got your email address. I will get you set up, my friend. Can do. And yes, I still have plenty of thumb drives. It's $25, guys, for the for the digital copy. If you want a physical copy on thumb drive, these are limited now, but I do have, come back to me, Seymour. I do have 8 of these left. They're $35 a piece. So, the last thing I wanted to mention to you guys, because I got to get going here. It's getting late, and I really need some mental time before the game tonight, before my AD&D game tonight. Guys, if you're going to come to Guac, please sign up. I'm going to talk about it on Thursday. We're just going to be all in for Guac on Thursday. I really want to hype it up. It's looking pretty thin on the ground. It may be a smaller event as far as number of people attending this year. I hope that's not the case. It is April the 9th. And I have a merch design. I've decided on what I want to do for merch, but I don't have it over on this PC. But please sign up, run a game, play in games, go to the go to the panels that we're going to have. Show our panelists some love. And I'm going to talk a lot about it again on Thursday. Six intelligence. Your place is sort of the pork chop, but you wouldn't know. Yeah, that's about the size of it. It's about the size of it. So anyway, that's where I'll go ahead and wrap tonight, guys. Crom is ready for you. Instant character creation. I don't mean instant character creation like you can do it in a few minutes. I mean instant character creation, guys, is now on the menu, literally, for Crom. Final build will be out in a couple of days. But if you want it now, if you need it now, I'll get it out there for you. Just let me know. You can pick up a copy, bsylvie@gmail.com. Support me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Support me as a YouTube member for as little as $1.99 a month. I have no control over that bottom amount there, but we will appreciate it. So thank you, everybody, again, for being here. I love you all, and I will talk to you all later. And here is the Owl Bear song. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.